Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on a bit more transfer rumours now. More things in the press have updated now. I'm going to give you a bit more, news on transfer rumours, but a bit more clearly, updated on Manchester United as well. So we know Jose Mourinho's in search for quite a few midfielders, looking to add more depth and character. We've got in that midfield, Carrick, that's coming to an end of his career. Mkhitaryan, that's been getting a lot of lack of game time recently, due to his recent form. We know Fellani is a player that's coming to an end of his deal, and we could lose him on a 3-year transfer in the summer. And Jose Mourinho is in search for quite a few left backs as well, and he's still looking to address that left hand side, because I still think Manchester United, need to address that left hand side as well. But potentially, even though due to Luke Shaw's performance yesterday, Jose Mourinho praised him, he's promising more chances in the first team. There's still been speculation that he could leave Manchester United in January. There's been talks that Darmian could leave Old Trafford in January as well. And it did actually say that Jose Mourinho and Ed Woodward have had discussions, about plans for the January window. And reportedly, Mourinho's going to get around 80 million to spend, in January as well. But Jose Mourinho, has identified a lot of key tags. He did say he wanted 4 left-footed players, did Mourinho. But one player's popped up reportedly. He's said Mourinho, he identifies him as a suitable replacement for Fellani, and he wants reportedly this what's his name now? I can't pronounce it. I think he's a Lazio player. He's called Milkvin. That's it, Milkvinage. What's his name? I'm trying to think of his name. He's called Milinkovic Savic, that's it. Sorry guys, a bit out of eyes. He's called Milinkovic Savic, right? Reportedly, he's a midfielder. He's about 6'4". Reportedly, Jose Mourinho wants him in the Manchester United team to replace Fellani at Old Trafford. He is a Lazio player. Lazio are sitting 5th in the table this season. He's scored 3 goals this season so far for the Lazio as the player, and he does look a good prospect. Does this player to be quite fair? He's a midfielder. He's strong. He's quick. He's very, very dynamic. He's good with the ball. He shows a lot of strength and character, distinctive in his play of what I've seen of him, because I've watched him play, with Lazio, Milkvinage Savage as well. Sorry guys, his name's how to pronounce. So it's Milkvinage Savage. Reportedly, Manchester United are interested in the player, and he did confirm. The Italian press were reporting that Manchester United were reportedly, scouting the player. They were scouting the player. He was actually he was in what?
We're going to get ready, and we're going up to the bank.
Alright.
We're going up to the bank and get him on it, and then he can get this bike if you want it.
Alright.
Alright. 530 is there.
Alright. Yeah.
And that's it. It's up to you when it's your money if you want to.
I'm getting bike. I want one.
Well, that's up to you. But don't expect to go to a pub in that weekend. That's what
I want the bike.
You won't have any money.
Alright.
It's entirely your choice. Well, it's no one's stopping you from getting it. Sometimes you that you've got a look that it's going to leave your skin.
I'm not bothered. So yes, Milkvinage Savage, reportedly Man United had been scouting him across the weekend as well. Man United had been scouting the player. Reportedly, he'd been in action. Lazio had beat San Pandora 2-1, and he'd scored in that game. And reportedly, alright. And reportedly, Manchester United, were impressed with his current performances. Milkovic Savic, he is a midfielder, and reportedly, Mourinho's identified him as a suitable replacement for the Fellani. And reportedly, I don't think Lazio want to offload the player by all means, but I think he will cost up to £88 million, because this is basically what Lazio want for the player, around £88 million for the player as well. He's also won the UEFA Under-19 Championship. He's also won the FIFA World Cup Under-20. He's won the Under-20 FIFA World Cup as well with Serbia as the player. He's also an ex-Gent player, and I think now this is his 3rd season now in the process with Lazio as well. But reportedly, Man United have been monitoring the player. They've been keeping a close eye out on him, and reportedly, they identify him as a replacement for Marion Fellani, because we know Manchester United, we've got Marion Fellani, considering his age as well, Manchester United, could lose him, in the summer, because obviously we could actually cash in for him in January, but obviously, Man United and Jose Mourinho are not prepared to cash in for Marion Fellani, in the January window, Man United paid just over £27 million for him during the David Moyes era, from Everton. This is his 5th season now in the process with United. He's made over a century appearances now for Manchester United as Marion Fellani has done well this season, obviously, before he got injured, Fellani was in form, and Jose Mourinho is a big admirer of Marion Fellani, and he does want to keep Marion Fellani at Old Trafford, and, Man United did offer him a new deal, but reportedly, Fellani had turned this offer of a new deal down from Manchester United, and reportedly he's been demanding a high wage increase of £170,000 a week, as well as Marion Fellani, but Jose Mourinho did block his move to Galatasaray, back in August, he blocked Fellaini's move to Galatasaray because Jose Mourinho wants to keep, and he's concerned that Fellaini, could leave on a free transfer next summer. Did say the recent team were interested a couple of weeks ago. PSG were willing to offer him a 4-year deal, and obviously PSG wanted to use him, as a backup to Figo and Motta as well in the current process. But as I said, Marion Fellaini, I think he's injured now. He's Fellaini to be quite fair, but we could lose him on a free transfer next summer. But Jose Mourinho and Fellaini have a fantastic relationship. Jose Mourinho basically, doesn't want to lose the player as well. But there has been a few teams interested. So reportedly, he's eyeing Milinkovic, Savic, the Lazio midfielder, as a replacement for Marion Fellaini. This is reporting, from the Italian press as well, and we know also, Jose Mourinho's also had interest, in the likes of Leon Goretzka as well. He's another good player, Leon Goretzka. He's a fantastic young age prospect, and if he was, to come to experience the Premier League or come to Manchester United, he'd get a lot of years out of him. He's a good young age prospect as well. Very, very good for Germany as well. He's Leon Goretzka, the German, very, very good indeed. This is his 5th season now in the process with Schalke. He is coming to an end of his deal in summer 2018. He's Leon Goretzka, but the Schalke director, has actually confirmed that he does want him to stay. But I think Leon Goretzka has actually said as well that he'll make a decision on his Schalke future in January. But I think these teams that are interested, as I said, are prepared to have, are prepared to have talks with Leon Goretzka's representatives. Maybe Ed Woodward will plan to have talks with Leon Goretzka's representatives as well. But yeah, Schalke paid £4 million for him back in 2013 as well. He signed a 5-year professional deal. Did Leon Goretzka, he's also, an ex-Bochum player as well. He's up the ranks fantastically well with Bochum as well, did the play, and made a special debut in 2012. We know he was joint top scorer in the Confederations Cup. Also played in the Schalke reserve team as well, and he's a fantastic upcoming prospect, but creative. Very, very good dynamic player. Can play as defensive mid, can play on each flank as well. And not only United have been interested, Bayern Munich and Barcelona have been interested in him. Arsenal have also been interested in him. Bayern Munich, Arsenal, Liverpool have also been mentioned as well. So yeah, that's another potential target, that Jose Mourinho, has been interested in. Also, Mesut Ozil has been mentioned as well. Could he still potentially come to Manchester United? Mesut Ozil, but Mesut Ozil can create chances. He's actually got a record of assists, since he's been in the Premier League as Mesut Ozil. This is his 5th season now with Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal paid £42 million for him from Real Madrid. He's also got experience of being in Germany, and he was in the Bundesliga for 5 years. Was Mesut Ozil, in the current process. But reports basically were saying the other day that basically there was speculation, there were reports on social media saying that potentially Ozil wants to stay at Arsenal, and it actually said Ozil could still sign a new deal with Arsenal, but it did actually say as well at the end of that Sanchez will leave Arsenal Football Club. But regarding what Arsene Wenger said, that he said the other week that Ozil and Sanchez will not be sold in the January window because they're both coming to the end of deals, and Arsene Wenger had made this clear. But we know with the Mesut Ozil situation, we know that Manchester United have been heavily linked to him. We know that Arsenal have also been Man United and Barcelona have been heavily linked to him. And he did confirm the other week in the press that reports stem from Spain that he had agreed a contract to join Barcelona. He had agreed to join Barcelona, and he did confirm that there'd been discussions. Ozil's agent had been in discussions with Barcelona, as I said, because obviously Barcelona are using him as an alternative, and Barcelona, a rich club like Man United and stuff, and Ozil, and Barcelona, main price target is Philippe Coutinho, but they are weighing up other options as well. Are Barcelona in the current process as well. So basically, Ozil and it did basically say that he had the other week he had been given permission, to leave Arsenal in the January window, and he said he could be available for around 20-30 million pound. But he did say Ozil was demanding a higher wage increase of over £300,000 as well. But he did say, Messi would prefer Coutinho at Barcelona rather than Messi at Ozil. Ferdinand's had a say on the Ozil scenario. He said he'd be a good addition into Manchester United's team. Ferdinand said even Ian Wright said he'd be an unbelievable signing for Manchester United. Would Messi at Ozil, but we know that the contract talks have stalled, so also nowhere near basically in the process of securing him a new deal. Jose Mourinho says he's a very, very good number 10, Messi Ozil, and he'd been a lot to Manchester United. I love Manchester United, to be fair, and he's looking to reunite with Jose Mourinho because they worked fantastically well together at Real Madrid as well. So we will see what happens, but recent reports said on social media that Ozil could still potentially sign a new deal with Arsenal as well. He said he could still sign a new deal with Arsenal as well. Could Mesut Ozil, but we'll see what happens. But I was saying, Barcelona's main prize target, as we all know, is Philippe Coutinho. As we all know, Philippe Coutinho is Barcelona's main prize target. Coutinho is still under contract with Liverpool until 2022, as we all know. But obviously, Coutinho, obviously Barcelona are seeing. Sorry, guys. Barcelona are seeing Coutinho as a long-term replacement for Iniesta as well at Barcelona. Barcelona and Liverpool have been in discussions, since the transfer window. Barcelona and Liverpool have been in discussions. He said the report stemming from the press, Dan Bolland, that reportedly Liverpool had named their price tag and they were demanding that they wanted around £127 million for Coutinho if he's to leave Liverpool in January. Barcelona may not want to pay as much as that. They may want to inquire, about potentially, paying a lower fee than £127 million as well. But obviously, Coutinho put the transfer request in August that he did want to leave Liverpool Football Club. But obviously, Barcelona couldn't get a deal over line. He had 3 bids turned down, due to Liverpool were reluctant, were resisted to offload Coutinho, and the Liverpool owners and board were standing firm regarding the player. As well, but he's got experience of being in Italy, also experience of, of playing with Espanyol as well as Philippe Coutinho, and this is his 5th season now in the process. Liverpool, he plays attacking mid, he plays a left winger, and he hasn't been his best this year, due to injury, early on this season as well, but still very, very good creative mid, exciting prospect is Philippe Coutinho. So if Barcelona, he's still in the contract, don't forget, till 2022 as well. But if Barcelona, do fail with the pursuit of Coutinho, then I think, obviously, as I said, they're weighing up other options as well. So. But yeah, we know that Griezmann's another potential Barcelona target, but he's also been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford as Antoine Griezmann. We know he estimated 6 out of 10 he was going to come at Old Trafford, did Griezmann. He estimated 6 out of 10, but due to Atletico Madrid's transfer ban, Manchester, basically we never got a deal. Of the line for the Griezmann. As I said, Man United have approached his representatives. Griezmann did admit the other week that the Manchester United move was still a possibility. He did regret the decision that he did not join Manchester United, Antoine Griezmann, as I said, but very, very good player, very, very good for France, voted the best player in the Euro 2016 as well, Antoine Griezmann. Hasn't been the best of form this season, but it actually did come out in the press the other day that reports stemming from Spain that Griezmann had agreed terms and agreed a deal in principle to join Barcelona, and that was reported, in the press the other day. And he reports also stemming that reportedly Griezmann had reportedly asked Barcelona to trigger his 86-87 million release clause as well. But Griezmann would be fantastic because we've still got number 7 vacant, as we all know. From a commercial point of view, as I said, we wouldn't want to keep number 7 vacant. And I think Griezmann is full number 7 fantastic. Well, we could go for him in January, could go for him in the summer. And he's had discussions with Diego Simeone. Griezmann, this could be his last season, with Atletico Madrid as well. So basically, he was one of our main price tags in August. We missed out on him due to the transfer ban. He's under contract with Atletico Madrid, don't forget, until 2022 as well. Got so much experience, of being in Spain as well as Antoine Griezmann, and he has a fantastic friendship with Paul Pogba, and that would be very, very beneficial, for Manchester United if he was to come in. As I said, very, very good during his Real Sociedad days as well. Won the title, them scored 52 goals, just over 2 century appearances as well. Real Sociedad, Griezmann. So yeah, who could he go to? Griezmann? It actually confirmed that Arsenal would have nearly got a deal over the line for him back in 2013 as well. He did say he's made it clear he would never join Arsenal. Did Griezmann as well? He said that about Arsenal, but potentially he's been on Manchester United's radar as well as Antoine Griezmann. And we know potentially, as it reported in the press the other day, as I said, with Man United, if Luke Shaw, basically is to leave the club in January, because it did say Man United, had priced a 20 million price tag on Luke Shaw. We know he's still under we have the option of 1 year extension, which would take him under contract till 2019 as well. 2019 as well, Luke Shaw. And made his England team there in 2014. Man United purchased him for £29 million Southampton, as we all know. Well, he's risen up the youth system, fantastically well, but he has found it difficult, since he's come to Manchester United. As I said, he's only played 32 times in the Premier League. He's probably 4th, 5th choice left back under Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, give Luke Shaw, quite a lot of criticism last season as well. To be quite fair, give Luke Shaw, quite a lot of criticism. But he hasn't played at all in the Premier League this season. He's played twice in the Carabao Cup, played in the Champions League yesterday. And to be fair to him, Mourinho did praise him, as I just said in my last video. Mourinho praised him, with the fantastic defense, fantastic, performance that he put out yesterday. Jose Mourinho, he's actually promised Luke Shaw that he's going to get more chances in the Manchester United team. His work rate, his effort into the game yesterday. Jose Mourinho described all this, said he was dangerous. He said he created a lot of dangerous situations as well, did Mourinho. He also said the same thing about Lukaku though as well, didn't he? He said he was happy with Lukaku. He said he's happy with the team. He works hard for the team. And this is what Jose Mourinho said, in his press conference, yesterday night after the game about Lukaku and Luke Shaw and that. But Luke Shaw could still potentially go, but Mourinho now, due to Luke Shaw's performance, he promised him more first-team football. Did Jose Mourinho, so he did give him a lot of credit. So could this actually change the scenario now of Luke Shaw leaving? Could he potentially stay now if, Mourinho is to give him more game time in the Manchester United team? But we know the teams that have been interested in Luke Shaw. We know there's been talks of Luke Shaw and Danny Rose as a potential swap deal. Maybe Luke Shaw may want to reunite with Pochettino, after they were fantastic together at Southampton. Obviously, before Pochettino went to Tottenham. It's also said Newcastle have been keen on getting Luke Shaw as well. They're not keen on getting him on a permanent deal, but it says they were keen on actually going for him on a loan deal as well. And Luke Shaw has been frustrated with lack of game time because he is still only young. He's Luke Shaw, as I said, but things may change. So now he may not leave in January. With Bruno pleased with his performance yesterday he put out. And this could change Luke Shaw. This could change Mourinho's stance now on Luke Shaw. With the performance he put out yesterday, he could still leave in January. But if he's giving him more first team football from now when he starts performing, Luke Shaw could end up staying at Old Trafford. You just never know. But it hasn't been the same player, as we all know, since he broke his foot, and we know he's been injury prone as well. But as I said, it did say, it confirmed that Danny Rose and Luke Shaw, could be a potential swap deal. There has been potential talks about that, and I said, Danny Rose, would be a fantastic replacement for Luke Shaw at Old Trafford. If Danny Rose is a good player, because he's another player that has been injured a lot. He was out 9 to 10 months of injury with Tottenham. He's not been satisfied recently with Pochettino, dropping him in quite a few games. He hasn't played much, since he recovered from injury. Ben Davies has been full in Danny Rose's spot as well. And Danny Rose said he was willing to turn a move down to Chelsea to make a move to Old Trafford. He's been at Tottenham 10 years. He's still under contract with Tottenham until 2021. Don't forget, and he's been at quite a lot of teams on loan. And you know, he began his career at Leeds. Did Danny Rose, he become more of a regular in Tottenham's team, in Tottenham's squad in the 2012-2013 season as well. He did criticise Tottenham for their lack of investment in the window. He criticised Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. He was satisfied with wages he was receiving. He was receiving wages around £65,000 a week. But there's teams out there, you know, that can offer him, that can double his wages, such as Manchester United or Chelsea. Or whatever, but he did say Tottenham are willing to sell him in January for £45 million, because obviously Tottenham were not willing to offload him, you know, during August, because obviously Tottenham did buy 3 players, but they lost Kyle Walker, you know, for £50 million as well. But yeah, could still potentially happen. I'd like Danny Rose, as I have said. But Jose Mourinho's got a lot of, you know, targets on his radar. There's Mesut Ozil, there's Leon Goretzka, there's Danny Rose, Bale, possibly still Bale, Griezmann. He's got a lot on his radar, as I said. But the latest news is about Milinkovic, Savic from Lazio. Reportedly, Man United have been monitoring, keeping an eye out on the player. We've closely been watching him in action. He's got 3 goals this season for Lazio. He's also an ex-Gent player. This is now his 3rd season in Italy, you know, with Lazio as well. You know, he's also won with Serbia the FIFA Under 20 World Cup. He's also won the UEFA Under-19 Championship as well with Serbia for Lazio. Lazio sitting 5th in the table, but Lazio may not be prepared to sell him unless Man United are prepared to offer him around £88 million as well. But he's 6'4", I think he is. It said something like that, and he dramatic would, you know, look good in a midfield, you know, alongside Paul Pogba. It said in the press, you know, he'd probably complement in Paul Pogba in the midfield. You know, this Milinkovic, Savic. So tell me what you think of this, guys. Put your comments, likes below. Drop your likes on the channel, and take it easy, guys. And if you do consider subscribe, as always, take it easy, guys. I'll see you all later. Bye.